Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of my podcast called Don't Rush Me by me, Rashmi. Life generally is about not rushing from one thing to the other. And that is something that has held me in good stead in my profession that I completely love and is a part of my DNA, public relations, which is why season 2 is focusing on that element of my life where I can share my experiences with you and help the new generation of PR professionals to really go ahead and create that world of difference. In our first episode, we learned about the basics of PR: content, media, logistics, the three main things that you should know when you're starting off a PR journey. You should understand how they really contribute to the overall messaging out there. We also learned about the difference between PR and advertising. But how really has PR grown over the years? PR has been in existence since many, many years. And why did PR really come about? There was always advertising where you put an ad about your product or your service and you got business. PR was bought largely with the advent of media because people like to read about a product in the paper, like to read news about that company that they were looking at buying the product from, or about companies that they were investing in, or about a new service that was coming about. This all came out through stories that the media covered. That's how PR came into existence. I've now been in the PR field for 25 years. And when I joined, PR really was about what large corporations did. I remember my first job in PR was only about managing large mandates, whether it was Colgate, whether it was GE, or just the bigger brands. PR was not something that smaller brands looked at, not something that even mid sized brands looked at. They all looked at just doing their business, putting out those ads. But larger companies, they really were somebody who understood that we needed to have public relations to not just build our credibility. Their credibility was built in the market, but to maintain that credibility and to grow from there, PR was an essential tool. So, almost 25 years ago, PR was just about something that large corporations did. Over a period of time, then I saw that slowly, medium sized companies came into the picture. Especially what was interesting is that largely before, it was about products, it was about companies that actually made products which were doing PR. But gradually, mid sized companies who were offering services now began to do PR. They had come to a particular size. Now, if they had to be there in the market and if they had to grow their business, their credibility had to grow, which is why we saw a lot of hospitality players coming in, a lot of people in the service industry coming in at that stage. And that stage, the real differentiation, if you chose a particular place to eat, a particular place to stay, a particular travel operator to go with, you would do that based on their credibility, which was built by public relations through the stories that came in the media. And that phase, you saw a lot of movement happening from just products to now services. And PR's power was really growing at that time. It was no longer the bastion of only the larger corporations out there. Slowly and gradually, our economy opened further. There were more opportunities coming in. People were trying new things. Now came a stage where large corporations were doing PR, mid sized corporations were doing PR, small corporations were doing PR, businesses were doing PR, service people were doing PR, startups began doing PR. Now, in this circumstance, everybody wanted to go out there and talk about what their offering was, what is that they bought into their entire sector. Credibility became super important in the third stage of PR that I have witnessed. I'm sure there have been many stages before I even began PR, but in my 25 years, these are the evolution of PR that I have seen, where it was largely for big corporations and product driven businesses, moved on to medium sized service driven businesses, and then came on to a stage where every business just went for it. And finally, where we are today in 2026, where there's so much noise, so much clutter. Of course, you will still need advertising because you need to go out there and advertise your products and services. Of course, you will still need digital marketing, you will need performance marketing, you will need all of those. because the world today is digitally connected. But what's really happened is that PR, which was earlier meant for larger corporations and medium, then to small, to everybody now, is really growing because it's become very important. Then all this crowd and all this noise, how do you really prove that you are a credible enough firm? So that is where PR is today. PR is no longer just about limited to just talking about product services, but it's also about the thoughts that a founder has, that a CXO person has about their journey, about common people investing in companies. So PR really now has become that tool, that machinery that helps you build credibility for the long term. Now, of course, we've seen these movements that have happened. What we've also seen in PR is initially, largely, it was only about the media, where you had the corporation CEOs speaking, you had the head honchos coming and speaking about key announcements, and the media would go and meet them and speak to them. You had press releases, which was a primary form of communication at that point, which then moved on to where you had other stories coming into the picture. It was not just press releases, it wasn't just interviews, it was also people talking about where the industry was moving. So, industry stories is what came up in the second stage. In the third stage, when you had a lot more players in the market and a lot more people speaking, the gamut really increased, whether it was a press release, whether it was an industry story, whether it was an interview, whether it was an author article. All that came into being in the third stage of PR. It was not just restricted to a one way communication of, this is a press release and this is what we'll talk about. It was not about, hey, what's happening in the industry? Can you give me a bite? But the third stage of PR really came where it was, what is the relationship that we have? I talk, you listen, you talk, I listen. That is the relationship where PR has really evolved and eventually come to, of course, now into the mix. You also have podcasts. You have different ways that people and brands can communicate to their audience. What PR has also seen an amazing evolution is that it's not just about the company branding, but also personal branding is now taking center stage because the founder's image, the founder's credibility, what the founder brings to the table is also very important. What the CEO speaks, what the CXO speaks. We recently had this amazing example of the McDonald's CEO eating his burgers as compared to the Burger King CEO. And that was a clear case in point where they were just the way that they communicated, the style in which they communicated was all really scrutinized. So even the person behind the brand, whether it's a founder, whether it's a CEO or any CXO, is now super important. You are not different from your brand, even if you put down in small words that these views are my personal views and they're not of the company's. It still matters. So that has happened. It's no longer just a one-way communication, it's a two-way communication. Everything is being seen, what the company does, what the people within the company do. So that's been the overall evolution of PR. Of course, at PR in the beginning was largely to do with the media. It has evolved to see that how can we now work in terms of the media, in terms of the social media, what can we do in different aspects of it. For example, we at Cohort, we also began off as somebody who would just look at pure PR and only look at the media stories. But we've evolved to now offer social media services, performance marketing services. We've evolved to that stage to website development. We have to evolve because communication now, PR really is not just seen as a media component, that though that's still a large part of it. It is seen as different elements of communication, different forms of communication. So this entire journey of PR has been very interesting, and uh, I've been witness to this journey. I remember all of us would have our computers, fax machines, and we would go there and we would give people to having landlines, to having mobile phones, to working in offices, to now working remotely. It's seen that complete evolution, and the industry in India, in absolute honesty, is just about beginning. There's still a long way to go. There's so much that PR can do to build because this is a buzzing economy. There are so many companies that are coming in. There are so many people out here. This is one of the largest consumer base the world has. So there's so much to be told that PR professionals really have a great scope, and they can really go ahead and see what this profession has to offer. And that is something that I would like to speak in my future episodes. The next episode, in fact, is going to be of what really happens behind the scenes in a regular PR person's day. What are the things that happen? You eventually just see a story, or you eventually just see a podcast. But what is the entire thought? There is a certain amount that you pay to your PR agency. What is that they do for that amount? That whole behind the scenes is something I'll take you through in the episode 3, but that is for next time. For now, just to capture what I have said so far, we've seen the evolution of PR across at least the last 25 years, of large corporations doing PR to medium sized corporations doing PR to SMEs, MSMEs, to startups doing PR, and PR really evolving from just being a one-way communication through press releases to now seeing the whole gamut of press releases, authored articles, industry stories, podcasts, interviews, the entire mix of it. And it no longer is just about the company, it's about the company and the people who are associated with the company. And it no longer is just about the media, it's also about the media, the social media, performance marketing, different aspects, because communication has evolved. And also the way that we work, whether we're working from offices, we still continue to work from offices, but there's also an option of working remotely and managing things. So the entire industry has seen that evolution. And from where I see it, there's still a lot coming our way, because India is the largest market. India has a lot of things to offer, not just to this country alone, but to the rest of the world. So PR is going to play an important role, because of course there'll be advertising, of course there'll be digital media, but PR will also be there, because credibility, trust is what is going to define the future. I'll see you in my next episode, where we can speak about what happens behind the scene. But for now, please do like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions on, how this evolution of PR, how has it affected PR, and if you want to know a little bit more on the basics of PR, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to connect with you and take you through this journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next episode.